Hey there, and welcome. So, today we're going to dive into this really powerful way of thinking about finding alignment in our lives. And look, this isn't some brand new productivity hack. It's more about uncovering something we kind of already feel deep down. It's not an invention, it's a discovery. And that's exactly the way to think about this. You know that feeling when you finally find the right word for something you've felt for years? That's a discovery. This whole framework is just about giving us the language to talk about that gut feeling, that sense of when things just feel right and, well, when they feel really off. So let's start with this big question. What if we've been looking at this all wrong? Instead of trying to find some strict rule book for life, what if we were actually just looking for a compass? Something to help us find our own internal rhythm, that personal sense of flow. So what does this compass actually look like? Well, it's a way to understand that feeling of alignment, that sense that all the hard work you're putting in is actually worth it. The goal here isn't to make life easy, but to make it feel meaningful. At the very center of this compass, the true north, is this state we're going to call equilibrium. This is what we're aiming for. It's that quiet, internal calm where all the different parts of you, your ambition, your patience, your ability to just be here, are all playing on the same team instead of fighting each other. So how in the world do we find this equilibrium? It all comes down to three core forces. First, you've got that drive to push forward. Pursue with intent. Second, there's the wisdom to be patient. Trust the process. And third, the skill of being right here, right now, appreciate the moment. Now here's where it gets really interesting. What happens when these forces get out of whack? Because having way too much or way too little of any one of them can throw your whole life off course. So let's break down exactly what that looks like when each one goes to an extreme. Okay, first up, intent. If you have too much of it, you get caught in the pursuit spiral. Everything feels urgent, you're chasing 10 different things at once, and it's a one-way ticket to burnout. But have too little intent, that's the drift. The days just kind of blur together, your great ideas stay just ideas, and you're not exactly failing, you're just kind of fading away. All right, now let's look at that second force, trusting the process. If you lean on this one too hard, you end up in the detached drift. You plan and plan and plan, but you never actually do anything. Patience becomes a hiding place. But on the other hand, with too little trust, you're in the impatient spiral. You sprint through everything, demanding instant results, and you see any slow period of growth as a total failure. And our final force is appreciating the moment. If you overdo this one, you land on what's called the comfortable plateau. It's nice and cozy here, but you stop challenging yourself. You trade growth for ease. But if you have too little of it, you slip into numb autopilot. You're just going through the motions, rushing past your own life, and you totally forget why you even started. Being present isn't some luxury, it's essential maintenance for your soul. Okay, so we've diagnosed all the ways we can get out of balance. But how do we actually fix it? The best part about this whole idea is that there are really simple, practical tools we can use to gently nudge ourselves back toward that feeling of equilibrium. So, does any of this sound familiar? Are you feeling that frantic pull of the pursuit spiral? Or maybe you're just feeling kinda lost in the drift. Don't worry, there are some really simple things you can do to correct your course. If you're overdoing it, completely caught in that urgent spiral, just try this. Ask yourself, will this thing I'm stressing out about right now matter in 40 years? Seriously. The answer is almost always a big, fat no, and it's an amazing way to get some perspective. Now, on the flip side, if you're stuck in the drift, try the 10-minute start. Don't even think about the entire project. Just set a timer for 10 minutes and start. It is amazing how often that tiny bit of momentum is all you need to get the engine going again. So, what if your problem is with the process? Are you stuck planning forever, or are you so impatient you just burn yourself out before you can even get going? Let's talk about two tools that can help you find a much healthier pace. For anyone who plans way too much, the 72-hour rule is a total game changer. It's so simple. If an idea has been kicking around in your head for 3 days, you have to take one small, real action on it. It's the perfect cure for paralysis. Now, for those of you with too little patience, try this. And it sounds kind of weird. Whatever timeline you have for a goal, multiply it by 3. I know, it sounds pessimistic, but it forces you to build a pace that's actually sustainable. It helps you enjoy the journey instead of just racing to some finish line. And now for our final force, presence. What do you do if you're either so comfortable that you've stopped growing, or you're so busy you've basically gone numb? Let's look at how to plug back into your own life.
If you've gotten a little too comfortable, the trick is to gently add a little challenge back in. Just do one small thing today that's slightly outside your comfort zone. It doesn't have to be massive, just enough to wake you up a bit. And if you're on that numb autopilot, use the 5 senses reset. This is incredibly grounding. Just stop wherever you are and name one thing you can see, one thing you can hear, one you can feel, one you can smell, and one you can taste. It's like an instant anchor that pulls you right back into the present moment.
So, as we start to bring this all together, it's really, really important to get clear on what we're actually aiming for with this whole compass idea. Because it's not about reaching some perfect, unchanging state of being. And this brings us to a super important point. Equilibrium is not the same thing as balance. See, balance is static, it's rigid. Equilibrium is dynamic. It's meant to shift and flow as your life shifts and flows. It's more like an ongoing dance than a fixed pose. So what does it actually feel like when you're in equilibrium? Well, it's that sweet spot. It's when you're moving forward, but you're not rushing. It's when you're patient, but you're not passive. You're present and enjoying the moment, but you're not so complacent that you stop growing. It's that beautiful feeling of using your skills today while trusting that they're going to get even better over time. And really, that's the heart of it all. Living a good life isn't some impossible mystery we have to solve. It's about finding a rhythm between these 3 huge forces: our intent, our trust in the process, and our ability to be present. So I'm going to leave you with this one last thought to take with you. Just take a look at your life, right now in this moment. Which of these 3 forces does your life need most today? Do you need a little more intent, a little more trust in the process, or a little more presence? Whatever your answer is, that's your starting point. That's your compass for right now. Thanks so much for tuning in.